Hello everyone and welcome to another How Lou Sees It review. Today I'm reviewing Cosmic Factory, published by Gigamike and designed by Kane Klinko. And this is a game for 2 to 6 players. Takes about 30 minutes or so to play. It says ages 10 and up. I think kids younger than that can definitely play this game. Play it with my kids as well. So let's go ahead and show you the components of the game, what the gameplay looks like, and talk about some of my thoughts. So the box here is actually a good size. It's not oversized. Everything fits well in the box. You have a nice quality box. It's nice and sturdy. Will keep together. The inside of the bottom of the box, also a little bonus there. They included some nice artwork that really adds to the feel of it. They obviously don't need to do that, but it just helps the production quality that much more. Makes it look really great. What else are you going to find in this game? So this is for 2 to 6 players, so it includes 6 of these nice quality player mats or player boards, cardboard here. Where players will keep track of their points. There are 3 bonus tokens, cardboard tokens, that are, I believe, the same thickness as the player mats, maybe a little bit thicker. We have a player timer, a 1-minute sand timer in the game. And then there are a bunch of these cards. I can't remember what they call them in here. Let's see. We have a very great rule book, good illustrations, some good examples throughout, and some chaos card details and clarification there as well. So we got a bunch of these chaos cards. Game setup is really easy. Oh, as far as other components go, there are tokens. These tokens for each player as well, for 6 players. Star token, you have orange, blue, and green tokens to keep track of your points in each of the different colors. And then you have a bunch of tiles as well, cardboard tiles that have some random configuration here with different colored zones and planets within those zones, and these little asteroid belts or asteroid lines as well. And not only that, last but not least, we have a nice purple cloth bag. It's actually a really nice bag. One of the higher quality bags that I've seen for games like this. It's really soft and really sturdy, holds all the tiles really well. The tiles are, somewhat big, and so kind of shuffling them up within the bag, it works really well, honestly. Even though the tiles are large, you can stick your hand in the bag and mix them up really well. So that is what you'll get in the game. And as far as the gameplay, setup's really easy for this game, very quick. What you're going to do is you're going to gather up all of these tiles, stick them in this bag, shuffle them all up. Then you are also going to take these chaos cards, which you can see there's a nice stack of them here. And you're going to shuffle them up and choose 5 randomly face down for the 5 rounds. So this is played over 5 rounds. The rest of the cards will be just set aside. And then at that point, players will draw 9 tiles from the bag. As they're drawn out, you're going to immediately just put them face down for now. And then everyone will have these 9 tiles in their hand, and they're going to draft 3. So it's going to be a drafting mechanic where I choose 3 of my 9 and place them face down in front of me. And then I will pass them off to the next person. I'll wait for the player to my right to bring me, 6 remaining tiles. And of the 6, I choose 3 once again. So I'll have 6 tiles. The 3 get passed. Now, the 3 that are going to be coming to me at the end of the round, I just put those in my pile face down. I do not look at them yet. And then at that point, what's going to happen is, well, we're going to have flipped this over before the beginning of the round, okay? And what these do is they have a special either scoring, or they're going to change how you're going to build your galaxy, or galaxies, or numerous things, and I'll show you some of those. So you're going to flip over one of these. This is, we just finished a 2-player game here, pretty close. I lost, 22 to 26. And so I just wanted to kind of show you that this is kind of the little end scene here. But what's going to happen is all of these will be face down, and at the beginning of the round, you're going to be flipping over one of those. So this one earned 1 additional point for each zone with 0, 1, or 2 planets. So this is going to help with actually being more spread out. And so that's going to perhaps change what tiles you're going to draft and how you're going to build your galaxy. So once everyone has their 9 tiles, though, what you're going to do is you're going to flip over the sand timer, and everyone has then 1 minute to flip over their tiles really quickly and create a 3x3 grid, and trying to score as many points as they can in the different colors. So, and how the colors and arrangements, there's really no restrictions whatsoever in how these are played. Really, the how you're going to play them is you're just trying to get points. Okay, so how do you get points? The main point is, the main way to get points is for zones. So if we look at green, for green, if we have a zone with 3 to 5 planets in it, then we're going to get 1 point for that zone. If it's 6 to 8 planets, we get 3 points. If it's 9 or more, we'll get 5 points for that zone. So we come here, each zone has to be done by green. So we're looking at all the green. This is one large green zone. It's all connected. See, if we had something like this, they would no longer be connected anymore. And same thing with like black. That would break up the zone. But I'm going to look at my green zone, and so like this isn't connected to that. But I would look at my zones. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd come over here, 6 to 8. So I'd get 3 points for this zone. 4, that would give me 1 point. And there's another 4, there's another 1 point. Now this one is less than 3, and this one's less than, this is connected, but this is less than 3, so that wouldn't be any. But with the current chaos card, 0, 1, or 2 planets, each zone, so this would actually score 1 point as well, and this would score 1 point. So the chaos cards are really, really cool, add a fun new element to each game, each round, a combination of those. But yeah, you're going to move your marker in that as much as you can for the different zones. And then you go ahead and score blue the same way. And blue is rarer than the green. And then, of course, the orange is rarer than any one of those. And so the orange is pretty much always the limiting factor when you play, honestly. And then we have the star. How do we get the points in the star? Well, that is for your asteroids. And you score asteroids for the longest continuous belt of asteroids, but you cannot go and overlap or anything. So it'd go, how many tiles do I go through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5, 4 to 5. I would get 1 point for that. So that's how the scoring works for each of those. And then you'll notice here, these is for the bonus tiles. So within that minute, everyone's frantically trying to get their configuration in the best way possible to score as many points as I can. Well, at the same time, I want to be glancing around and be like, oh man, I have a really, really big green zone. I think I'm going to get the zone with the largest number of planets in it. I'm going to grab the green bonus token. Once you grab that, you grab it. You can grab multiple at the same time, but you have to grab them at the same time. You can't grab one and then be like, yeah, I'll go back. Can't do that. And then at the end, if I did indeed have the largest green planet zone, I would go ahead and get plus 3 points in green, which can be really huge. However, if I did not have the largest zone, someone had, 10 or 11 planets, had so many more planets than me, then I actually lose 2 points in that color. So it's a little bit of a risk, but can definitely pay off, especially for orange, because orange is going to be tight. It's going to be tough. So that's how we score points in the game. So you're going to look at those different zones. You're going to look at any special conditions. Now let's go ahead and show you some of the other chaos cards. So like this one, branches count as your longest path. So in this case, I would have to usually go 1, 2, and then choose which way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if I was including branches, I would actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd actually get 7 out of that. Instead, moving me up from 1 point to 2 points. And if I were able to get everything connected, it would get me 4 points. So that's that. There's this one, sabotage. When everyone's done, everyone basically gets to remove a tile from your area. It'd be pretty devastating, but everyone's going to be doing that to everyone else. There's unique dimension. So we actually, instead of a 3x3, you would make it just one row of 9, which really changes it up. Let's look at just a few more of these. Multi-path, so you can, you don't want the longest path of asteroids anymore. You want actually just a bunch of small little asteroids. Like I said, there are a bunch of these. New dimension, temperate climate. Each green earns 1 additional, each zone, green zone earns 1 additional point. Offering, at the end of the round, each player can decide to lose 5 points from one color to gain 2 points with their star token, which is really big. So when that helps me get to the endgame scoring. So once I've scored everything, once you've done 5 rounds, who actually wins? Because the actual endgame scoring is not based on everything. It's based on your lowest planet or color score plus your star score. So you have to bring them up evenly, because the fact that this green is at 29 means absolutely nothing. At the end of the game, where I was at 13, and then I add, because that's my lowest colored disc, that's my lowest one, so 13 plus my star, which was I think it was actually here, it was at 9, so 22 points. Okay, so you're going to be a star plus your lowest planet token. So this is really, really big, right? Because I can go down 5 points in one color. Well, this green, it doesn't need to be up that high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would go up there. And the star is always going to be included in your score, right? Whereas these are variable based on where you get them. You're always going to be adding in that star. So that's really, really cool offering. There's some also constellations in the game, which really have no impact other than breaking up colored zones. But this one, you get earns 1. Each constellation zone earns 1 point with your star token, regardless of its size. So in this one, this would actually be really good for getting points for your star token. I would get 2 points for that as well. And it's really difficult to get star points. They're usually pretty small. Anyway, as you can see, there's just tons and tons of these. Don't want to go through all of those. But add a lot of variability to the game, keeping the game feeling fresh, let alone, the drafting element, watching with the other players. I really, really enjoy this game, Cosmic Factory. 2 to 6 players. I've not played it with more than 4. And I guess my only comment or feedback on the game that would be somewhat negative is just the orange color. the balance there. I understand what they're doing, and obviously you get more points with fewer amount of planets. But I don't know if that's still enough. It's just interesting, right? Because I feel like the orange is usually going to be the smallest, which is fine. But it makes it very, very interesting because in that first hand of 9 cards, it's almost like a no-brainer almost of, well, I need to get my orange up. So I'm going to grab the orange planets, the orange zone, right? And likely that's what everyone's going to be doing. Maybe not. It just kind of depends. And, the cards kind of help that out a little bit. But that's my only feel is I wish there was still maybe just a little bit more orange so that it didn't seem like that was always kind of the restricting factor. But that's just my personal feel on it. But honestly, it doesn't like break the game or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. The game works great. This kind of push your luck element with the, I think I have the most of this. It adds another thing, especially with the orange. Such tension with that because it's like 3 points for orange is huge when it comes to it. If you're talking, your lowest points. So very, very fun. It works really, really well. Great production quality. That is Cosmic Factory. Really enjoy this one. That is how Lou sees it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.